Hey, welcome to another episode of Cook with Joy. This is Joy Kelly, and I am so excited because Sunday nights are the night that we usually have a guilty pleasure of Game of Thrones or some kind of TV show that we would not normally watch. And I love, love, love to have pizza, but I don't love, 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 love to have gluten and dairy and sausage and pepperoni and all of that stuff. So I have learned to make some really good gluten-free, dairy-free pizzas, and my family loves them. Yay! Sandy, do you love my pizzas?
I do.
Awesome. So the first thing is, now I know normally I like to show you really quick things, and this can be really quick, but it can also be kind of involved, and I tend to get more involved the longer I make these pizzas. But and you could make your own gluten-free crust, and you could go crazy. You could make a cauliflower crust and all of that. But here's my secret. These are Udi's gluten-free, and then this is also a gluten-free vegan. So this Udi's has an egg white in it, like a little bit, and this one is it's completely gluten and dairy-free. So either one, we're going to make both of them tonight. First thing that you want to do is you want to heat I'm going to heat the crust a little bit. So see how I've gotten it kind of brown? Now I split it because I didn't manage it very well. But you want to get a little bit brown on the other side because otherwise they're going to get kind of soggy. And then I'm going to put that onto a crust. Now, my husband's trying to tell me what?
Heat it where?
Well, I heated it over here if you want to show people, but you don't need to. I'll show them later. Okay, so now I'm heating up the stuff that's going to go inside because I want to show you how to put everything together while that's all cooking. So I'm going to use just a little tiny bit of olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. And as always, you might want to say why gluten-free? Well, most people can't digest gluten and most people can't digest dairy. And if you're trying to manage your weight, getting rid of dairy and gluten is just a really good thing. So we're going to always start almost every recipe I ever do with onions. So I've got some sliced onions. I'm going to saute those. And then I'm also, and these are super anti-inflammatory, they're super antiviral, antimicrobial. And then I'm going to put in a bunch of garlic. And I love garlic because even if you screw everything up, the garlic is going to make it taste fabulous, 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 fabulous. So those are sauteing really nicely. And then I'm going to also add to that some mushrooms. And for pizzas and really in general, I like to use a wide variety of mushrooms for three reasons. Number one, they're really interesting looking. So here you see I've got shiitake mushrooms right here, and I've got creminis, which I like. And then these are called, I never say these right, it's like buna shimeji. And you can get these at Whole Foods. They come in a cellophane wrapper and they stay fresh for a really long time. But I've chopped them up, and the reason I like so many different kinds is not just because of the looks, but also because of the zinc content. So zinc is really, really healing for your gut. And whenever you get mushrooms in your diet, not only are you getting all of the vitamins, there's vitamin D in mushrooms, which there aren't in as many other vegetables, but there's vitamin D in the mushrooms. And there's also zinc, and the different varieties have different amounts, so that's kind of why I want to do that. Now I'm also using a tofurkey. It's a vegan sausage. If you want to use regular sausage, that's up to you. If you don't want to use any kind of meat thing, but my family doesn't even know the difference. Shh. If I use this, they do not know. Now I could add a little splash of red wine if I wanted to that to give a little bit of flavor. I also am going to add a little bit of, this is my secret arrabbiata sauce. This is from Trader Joe's. It's awesome. It's kind of a spicy marinara. And I'm just going to add a little bit of that so I don't have to add any more olive oil. And I've obviously got it a little bit high, so I'm going to turn it down a little bit while that's cooking. And I'm going to let that just saute while I get the pizza crust itself managed. So this is sauteing. Let me turn that down even more. Maybe put a little bit more arrabbiata. What I want is I want the onions to get soft. I want the garlic to get a little bit, crunchy. And I definitely want the mushrooms to be soft because the mushrooms will kind of feel like they're a meat. You know how when you get a pizza from like your local delivery place, and they never have any mushrooms on. They have like 4 slices of mushrooms on them, and you don't even get any flavor for them. But when you make your own at home and you use this wide variety of mushrooms and you get large quantities of them, you're going to see that your family's going to love the flavor of mushrooms. I think people don't like the flavor of mushrooms because they don't use enough. So let's go back to the crust. So I've got a split crust, which is true, and that's okay. But the first thing I'm going to do, and this is true even if you're using dairy products, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put Parmesan on the crust. This is fake Parmesan. This is cashew Parmesan. And the brand name of this is, I don't know, what's the brand name on that, honey? Huh? Parma. So I've just been using this for so long. You can get it at Whole Foods, Lazy Acres, any place like that. So I'm going to sprinkle the bottom with the faux Parmesan cheese. I've been doing this for so long. Remember that I first cooked the bottom of it, so it's already crunchy on the bottom. Next, I'm going to add either spinach, which I'm going to use tonight, or I'm going to use chard. Now, spinach I love because spinach is a natural serotonin inducer, and if you're someone who's prone to depression, which if you're alive, you're prone to depression, it's going to help you to reduce depression, and it's also going to give you all of the benefits of spinach, which is vitamin E, all of the antioxidants that are in spinach. It's awesome. So, Sandy, I don't know if you can show people at home. So I see how much spinach I put on it, and you might think, oh my gosh, that's so much. But when you bake it, it just disappears. And so I've got like over a cup of spinach on this one single serve pizza. And this is a really tricky way to get your kids to have lots of spinach in their diet. So now my little mixture of onions and garlic and mushrooms and my faux sausage is all ready. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pile that. Can you see this? I'm going to pile that on top of the pizza. And notice I don't have tons of red sauce on it. If people want to add a little more red sauce after, that's fine. They can add more after, but I don't want this pizza to get soggy. So I'm putting that on top. And then a couple of things that you can do after that are up to you. I have roasted I've got red peppers, yellow peppers, and a jalapeno that I roasted. And this is kind of neat. I don't like raw peppers, and I don't even like them when you saute them, but I love them when you roast them. So I've taken the skins off of them and cut them, and they end up looking like this, and I'm going to shred those over the top of the pizza. And that, for me, just adds one more interesting flavor. Like I said, this is a much more involved recipe than I normally do. But I'm going to put that over the top. I'm going to add a little bit more of the faux Parmesan. If you want to fool people into thinking that there's actually cheese on it, you could use, here's this I've got Daya mozzarella and Daya pepper jack. And this comes like Follow Your Heart makes one. There's a lot of different brand names. And you could put this over the top. But I'm just going to do it like this. I've also got, when it comes out of the oven, I've got fresh jalapenos, chopped, diced, ready to go. And then I've also got fresh basil. This is off my garden, off my tower garden. And see how lovely and beautiful it is? And there's many healing properties to all live herbs. Basil, that smell, the stronger the smell of something, the stronger the antioxidant properties. So having fresh basil on top of it is going to be outrageous. And I'm just going to put that in the oven until it gets nice and brown. And Sandy, if you can follow me over to the oven, I'm going to show people what it looks like when it comes out of the oven, because I made one just a little bit before, and I think it's ready. It might even be a little bit more than ready. But look at how friggin' beautiful that is. Can you smell it? Can they smell on TV?
Not yet.
No, not yet. But look at how gorgeous that is. And we're going to have this and watch an episode of Game of Thrones, and we won't have to order from Rusty's
No
Pizza.
spoilers.
No spoilers. Okay. I'm so excited. All right, stay tuned, and I'm going to show you what to do with the leftovers when you make the pizza.